A few thoughts now on Speaker Ryan. It was just 12 days ago, imagine that, only 12 days ago that he offered his tepid endorsement of the Republican nominee. And in those 12 days since his endorsement, Ryan has only hit Trump at each and every turn, including again this morning, publicly rebuking Trump's call to halt immigration from countries that have a history of radical Islamist terrorism against the United States and our allies. Speaker Ryan obviously thinks so little of American citizens that he believes they can't discern the difference between a war against radical Islamist terrorists and a war against Islam. Pathetic. And he obviously thinks so highly of himself that he has assumed the role of final arbiter of what are and are not appropriate statements by our presidential nominee. Ryan makes a mockery of party unity and loyalty. He blathers on about what he calls, quote, an obligation to call out Trump and other members of the party if they say things that in his judgment are against the party's beliefs. And why does the liberal media quote and follow Ryan's nonsensical complaints and declarations? Well, it's straightforward. He is a useful tool for the Democrats and the left. Full stop, that's the deal. But Ryan doesn't speak of his other obligations, first to the party and, of course, the nominee, to be vocally and energetically supportive. Ryan instead blathers on about his contrived agenda, rather than working with the Republican nominee to create the Republican agenda, not the Ryan agenda. In a phrase, who the hell does Ryan think he is? He's proving himself to be a rather simple opportunist of the worst sort, a functionary of the donor class's making and bidding. Ryan is a rhino, a Romney Republican, the worst sort in my view, dedicated to themselves, lacking both the talent and appeal to be constructive or appreciative, to be grateful. Nor can they govern, and in the face of a true leader, they become braying obstructionists. Ryan's shortcomings are manifest, a man who's done nothing of any meaning or moment in 17 years in the House, rejected with Romney by the American people just 4 years ago, whose jealousy and obvious resentment of Trump overwhelms the speaker, who is better suited to the role of Hamlet.
I'm not going to spend my time commenting about the ups and downs and the in-between by the comments. I am not going to get into the day-to-day habit of commenting on what the president says and what our nominee says.
Well, there's a relief. But he does, commenting, whining, and playing piety for all he's worth. Ryan would be less objectionable, I think, as a Democrat. But I doubt they'd have him. My guess is those House Republicans who orchestrated Ryan's ascension to the speakership are right now fondly nostalgic for John Boehner.